Good afternoon, friends. One of the important video on recently writ petition is being filed in Honorable Supreme Court, and notice is being issued to the Finance Ministry, and the issue is why there is no revision option when we file GST return. So while filing GST return, quite obvious, we have seen lot many mistake is being done by the taxpayer. Clerical mistake, unintentional mistake. If you want to revise your return whether permissible, it is not available under GST regime. So this writ petition is being filed before Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Pradeep Kanthet, and a notice is being issued to the Finance Ministry for their response why this revision facility of GST return is not being provided. The petitioner has pleaded in the writ petition that we find this revision facility is available in all other revenue laws, which is not there in GST law. It is illogical and depriving individual from their fundamental right. Notice is now being issued to the Finance Ministry for their response, and it is now listed on 12th of January 2024. But it is definitely being asked by lot many taxpayers that there should be revision option to be provided. We have filed GST return. If we have made the mistake, there should be some revision options available. Of course, that can be limited with the time period. That to that extent you can revise your GST return. But this option is not available. So this writ petition, I'm sure lot of us going to watch what would be response of Honorable Finance Ministry, which is legitimate and logical prayer as per this writ petition. I'm giving you some of the example. Even after 6 years of GST implementation, lot of things we all are struggling with. I'm just giving example. There may be many other example. Example number 1. If particular in one tax period, you are issuing a credit note, but there is no sufficient taxable outward supply. So what happened pertaining to credit note issued, which is being furnished in GSTR 1, and that is more than the tax component of the credit note is more than the tax component on outward supply in the particular tax period. GSTR 1 is accepting, but GSTR 3B is not picking up negative balance in table 3 of GSTR 3B, because the tax component on credit note is much higher comparing the tax component on taxable outward supply. So that particular month, if any negative balance comes, it is not accepted on portal GSTR 3B. Of course, it is being stated that in subsequent month we can go and adjust the same. But what happened if there is implication of huge difference, huge amount, and how long it will continue to be adjusted? So even after implementation of GST more than 6 years, my 3B is not taking negative balance. In one of my client case, what department is disputing now? Their tax component on credit note was much higher comparing the tax on taxable outward supply. Since GSTR 3B is not taking negative balance, what they did, to the extent of this tax benefit which is available on credit note issued, they have availed the credit in table 4A of GSTR 3B, which was otherwise available to them. See what happened. Tax component on credit note means you will get adjustment of this tax component on credit note with your tax on taxable outward supplies. For example, you can understand, let's say there's a 100 rupees credit note, 18% GST, 18 rupees tax component coming in, which is available for you to adjust with your tax payable on a taxable outward supply of that particular month. And let's assume there's only 50 rupees taxable outward supply in that particular month. 18% applied, it is 9 rupees. So what happened? Your tax component on credit note 18 rupees versus tax on taxable outward supply 9 rupees. So 9 rupees becomes excessive, and this becomes negative when we are filing GSTR 3B. So GSTR 3B does not take negative balance. It wanted you to get it adjusted in subsequent tax period. But what this client did, what the problem of this SAC was, to the extent of this 9 rupees, he has availed the credit in table 4A of GSTR 3B. Only this much mistake he has done. But why he has done that? Reason. Because negative balance is not being picked up by GSTR 3B. Whose fault? Of course, that table is not suggesting, table 4A is not suggesting to avail such credit, but there is certain mechanism which is not available today. Who to correct it? Otherwise, it's a very revenue neutral transaction. There is no fault, no excessive credit taken by this client, right? Second example could be that reversal of ITC. You are required to reverse ITC maybe on account of 17 subsection 5 और रूल 42 और रूल 43 आपको रिवर्स करना है, पर आपने रिवर्सल में नहीं दिखाया. You have not shown separately under reversal, but to that extent you have reduced your credit availed in table 4A 5 of GSTR 3B. आपको रिवर्स करना था, आपने रिवर्स नहीं किया, लेकिन उतनी क्रेडिट जो आपको रिवर्स करनी थी आपने उतने से जो क्रेडिट अवेल्ड की उसको रिड्यूस कर दिया. फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग सेक, लेट्स से फॉर ए पर्टिकुलर टैक्स पीरियड credit coming as a available which is available to you 100 rupees, but you are supposed to reverse credit on account of 17 subsection 5 or rule 42 43, let's say 10 rupees. So ultimately 90 would be available to you. So you have an option, right? You can avail full credit 100 rupees in table 4A5 GSTR 3B, and then you can show 10 rupees in table 4B1 of GSTR 3B. It becomes 90 rupees automatically. But prior to, I'm talking about 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, when we were all trying to develop, we were all learning GST step by step, and even portal, even 3B, all are evolving. Improvisation was there. We all know that from July 2022, they have made compulsorily furnishing of reversal amount. But prior to that, some client, some taxpayer has made the mistake. They have shown only 90 rupees in availed, which is as good as they have reverse credit of 10 rupees on account of 17 subsection 5 of rule 42 or rule 43. They have not availed, but department is issuing a so-called notice. You have not reversed the credit. Even though this SSC is substantiating, but so-called notice, unwanted litigation, whose fault? So revision of GST return is long pending demand from the taxpayer side. Now notice is being issued by Honorable Supreme Court to the Finance Ministry for their response, and the pleading made by petitioner H, it is illogical if it is not being given in GST law, because we find in all other revenue laws there are revision options available, and it is depriving to the individual taxpayer violation of fundamental right if this revision option is not made available. So listed on 12th of January 2024, lot many things. Of course, we all are part and parcel of this GST evolution, wherein we always expect that field formation should take cognizance of practical difficulties which are being faced by the taxpayer. Because even portal is, over a period of time, we have seen improvisation. From July 1, 2017 till date, we have seen lot many changes, lot many glitches. So field formation should take cognizance of real substance over form. They should not issue unwanted litigation and so-called notices when things are so clear. And there is no revenue loss. It's a revenue neutral transaction. So I've given few of the example. There may be lot many other example which you can put in your comment, in our comment box, so that it can be highlighted whenever this video is being watched. कम से कम कमेंट में डालिए. कम से कम जब ये वीडियो जो भी देखेगा तो उसे मालूम पड़ेगा कि ऐसी भी प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम है जिसकी वजह से रिवीजन ऑप्शन मस्ट हो जाता है, या डिपार्टमेंट सो कॉज नोटिस दे रहा है जबकि आपने अपना डेटा उनको सब्सटेंशिएट किया हुआ है. ये मैसेज, दिस मैसेज मस्ट गो, and we all are trying to see GST should have the silver lining tag, good and simple tax. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.